Beautiful people, we are here once again. And tonight, Smile TV Plus is here with a brother from another country. He's a brother from another mother. Okay, so just go to YouTube, Smile TV Plus, just like, share, and subscribe. Your comments are very important for us. Okay, guys, let's get it going. Hello, bro.
Hey, man.
How you doing?
Very well, thank you. Good evening.
Good evening, bro. You're looking very nice.
Thank you. Thank you
Oh
very
my
much.
goodness, my goodness. I really like your outfit.
Thank you. Really glad to be here.
Oh wow. This is Smile TV Plus.
Oh.
And we're here to bring some kind of fun and entertainment and some kind of things that our fans don't know.
Hello, everybody.
Yes. He's just saying hello to you. Okay, my brother, where are you from?
I'm from Nigeria.
Oh, Nigeria, man.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Nigeria. You know, Nigeria, of late, there have been some kind of controversies between Nigerians and Ghanaians
Oh, really?
about some food.
Huh.
It says jollof rice.
All right.
do you know about that?
Yeah, it's come up in a few conversations I've had with some other foreigners.
Okay, be sincere. Be sincere to us. This is Ghana jollof and Nigerian jollof. Which one will you go for?
I mean, I have been to Ghana before.
Oh, really?
Yes, I have. I have actually. A couple of places. I've been to Accra, of course.
The capital city of Ghana.
Yeah, of course, the capital city. I've also been in Kokrobite. And Mampong, close to Kumasi.
Oh, Mampong. Yeah. Mampong. Yeah. Oh, so you can speak a bit Ghana language?
I wouldn't say proper conversation, but
okay, bro. It's saying.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very good. That's very good. Yeah. That's very good. So in Ghana, you know, we name people by the days that they were born.
Oh yeah, I think I got a few teachings about that. Yeah, I was taught.
So what name were they using to call you? Or do they used to call you when you were in Ghana?
Well, seeing that I was born on Friday.
Oh.
I was told it's called Kofi.
So you are Kofi.
Yeah.
My goodness. You know, guys, this is how Ghanaians are. You know, we always name people according to the day they were born. So my brother here was born on Friday. So his name is Kofi. Kofi.
Right.
Hey, some people want to ask me, so Mr. Smile, when were you born? Which day? If you really want to do that, just go to the comment section. Ask me that question.
Yeah, I would also like to know too.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so my brother, you're from Nigeria. What's your name, please?
My name is Winner.
Winner?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Right, we're here in Vietnam. May I ask you, what are you doing in Vietnam?
I'm an expat. I'm a language instructor here in Vietnam. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Can you go a bit deeper into language, blah, 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 you're saying?
So I've only just arrived it's been 2 months now here in Vietnam, and I teach for a language center that has contracts with local schools in the area. So we are contracted with teaching local schools in the area that don't have their own English teachers.
That's very good. Oh, wow. So life in Vietnam and the experiences, how's it going?
I'd say it's pretty easy in a way, but then as usual, the communication can be a bit of a problem, especially in speaking their language, given that not many people, especially where I live in, can speak English. So I always have to rely on translators on my phone to be able to properly communicate my needs.
Oh, good. So you've been using the Google Translate to communicate with the Vietnamese?
Indeed, yes.
Oh, okay.
It's been a bit difficult, but I think they understand what I mean when I translate.
Oh, all right. Yeah. So let's talk a bit about Vietnamese people.
Okay.
How would you describe Vietnamese people?
Well, I have been to some other Southeast Asian countries, and I'd say the Vietnamese people are quite different, especially in their culture and way of dealing with people that are non-Vietnamese people. So I'd say they are quite welcoming and very, very curious Well, I have been to countries like China and Malaysia
Wow.
but I'd say they're not as curious as the Vietnamese people, especially in the rural areas, not much in the city, but especially in those little villages and stuff. When you visit them, they're quite curious to want to know everything they can about you.
That's very good.
Yeah.
How about hospitality?
They're very welcoming and they tend to help you as much as they can, especially when they see that there is no other way for you to get what you need.
Okay.
And they will go the extra mile to make sure that you get it. Yeah, I have had some experiences where I've been in a situation where I know that I wouldn't be able to do something myself, and someone that has never met me before just approached me and offered to help me immediately, and I was surprised. Yeah.
It means Vietnamese are very kind people.
Yeah, so
and they are lovely too.
Indeed.
That's very good, man.
True.
Oh, okay. Kofi or winner.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My brother. So let's talk a bit about the work in Vietnam.
Right.
As a teacher, what are you supposed to do when you're in Vietnam?
That question is a bit broad, but what am I supposed to do, especially at work?
Because you know the kind of education that we have been brought up with.
Yes.
In Africa is a kind of different from that of Asia, especially in Vietnam.
Yeah, I agree actually.
So I'm talking about the kind of things that as a teacher you have to inculcate them whilst on the field teaching.
Right. Well, seeing that as an English teacher, we have to teach people that English is not their first language, first of all.
Okay.
And we'll also have to not just teach English structures or vocabularies, but also ways on how to implement them in everyday life and sentences, like especially when you're dealing with people that are not Vietnamese, you know, which is quite challenging, because then you won't just have to teach the language, you have to try in more ways than one to translate what it means to say or implement those vocabularies, especially in sentences. So yes, it's very tasking, but I mean, with the help of translators and Vietnamese assistant teachers,
so you have Vietnamese assistant teachers that go with you.
Oh yes, it is important that you have a Vietnamese or a local assistant teacher with you to help you navigate the difficulties in translating and communicating with the kids, because as much as they're quite curious with or seeing the kind of person that you are, and especially as Black people, how different we are from them, they need help or guidance on how to relate with us, because we also have a different culture and standard than they do. So it is the duty of a Vietnamese assistant teacher to act as a bridge between the foreign expat, which is I as a teacher, and the student, which would be the one to receive the information or the teaching that I have to give.
Okay. Now let's do a bit of classroom rules. Now I'm a teacher. My first time in the classroom.
Right.
What are the rules that I'm supposed to give to the student to follow?
So seeing that they can be very curious about what you look like and who you are.
Yes.
They tend to be, as kids, they tend to be really erratic in behavior, and I wouldn't say, it won't be negatively, but like over stimulated and happy and very curious to the point where they refuse to follow guidelines. So you tend to give them rules like sit properly, be quiet, you know, and you don't just say these things because, first of all, as I mentioned earlier, they're not, the English is not their first language. So you have to also demonstrate in ways on how to show that, okay, this is what you mean when you say something, because then also while you're doing it, it is not proper for the Vietnamese assistant teacher to interrupt you. So in order for you to properly pass on the message, you also have to demonstrate with your hands and like make physical movements to instruct them on what to do in class. Especially, okay, for example, you tell them to sit properly in class. you have to put your hands like this, and then keep quiet would be, be quiet would be to put your hands on your lips, which is like I think a general or a universal language, but it is also something that maybe most of them are not aware of, but they tend to follow it as time goes on. Yeah.
All right. Kids sometimes they become very naughty.
Yeah.
You know that. So sometimes, or in some cases, do you order some kind of punishment to kids who are naughty?
Given the way we were brought up and our school and everything, I would say punishments, they are quite different from the way they are being done here. In most cases, we as foreign teachers are not allowed to render or dole out punishments to students when they misbehave. I think the highest thing I've done was to separate two kids in class that are causing a distraction during the lesson, or like relocate them from the seat where they are seated to another seat to separate them, But then any other level of punishment or anything would be doled out by the Vietnamese teacher or the teacher in charge of the actual class, not the assistant teacher that is meant to support me, but the actual head teacher of the class. So yeah, it is not in the place of a foreign teacher to dole out punishments per se.
Oh, okay. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you.
My family, my people. We're having a conversation with a brother from Nigeria, and now he's in Vietnam. He's a teacher. And he's been giving us the experiences that a teacher you have to get before and after and within the classroom. So this video is very important. I would like to keep on subscribing. Just like, share, and give out your comment.
Please don't forget.
Yes, they're very important. Smile TV Plus, we're always there for you. My brother, let's keep talking about this.
Yes, please.
Maybe a brother from Africa or elsewhere wants to come to Vietnam and then teach. What are the process?
First of all, there's this challenge that most Africans are not under the native speakers countries, native speaking countries that are eligible to teach in Vietnam. But there are exceptions where you have to undergo some processes to qualify as an English teacher or a language teacher here in Vietnam.
All right.
Take, for instance, if you are an English teacher, as I am, you have to undergo certifications such as TEFL or EFSET or
TESOL.
Yes, TESOL or Cambridge or
the C2?
Yeah, the C2 and the SETA and all those ones, right? Okay. So these are certifications that are required for non-native speakers. Yeah, if you notice, I did a air quote there. So these are certifications that are required for non-native speakers in order for them to qualify to teaching English in Vietnam.
Okay. Supposing I'm having all these documents, how can I journey to Vietnam?
First of all, you have to, for us, as we got the job, we have to contact with agents that are in charge of job recruitment and all that.
Okay.
Yeah. Which in ways, as you know, were through recommendations and all that, so that we don't fall into the wrong hand, especially seeing that the job recruitment market is quite huge and quite large. So you have to be careful so that you don't get into contact
into the hands of those people.
Hand of someone that would not actually give you what you're looking for as per job requirements.
At this point, I think I want to ask you this question. Some people get their bosses or their job through the Facebook, the social media.
Right, yeah.
Can you give a little advice to such people? Because there are a lot of scams.
True, yeah. like I said earlier, you need to be careful as to where you get your information from so that you can be properly directed on how to get a job, especially here in Vietnam. So there are cases where some people have been on groups on Instagram, on social media in general, and they get information that has led them astray, and in more ways than one brought them here, but did not give them what they were looking for. So in these cases, I would advise that you go to these groups and go through the messages and the information that are given before you ask for help. If possible, also find a way to download the local app that is being used in the country so that you can easily get contacts from Facebook and then add them up on that local app. One of those apps would be Zalo. It is the app that is used here in Vietnam to add local Vietnamese or expats living in Vietnam directly, so you can have like a conversation with them, and if possible, if you are in the same area as them, be able to meet them should they have the time for it, so that you don't fall into the situation where you get information from someone you cannot be able to reach physically, and then get led astray and waste resources and everything. Yeah.
Oh, wow. My brother, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Smile
it's a
TV,
privilege.
We always appreciate the people, our people who comes to our table to have a conversation with. Tonight, our brother journeyed from a very far place to join us here in Vinian to have a talk. So definitely, he's going to get back through a flight. So we have to hurry it up. We have to mash it up, and then so he can go and then have a very good night or something like a better rest.
Happy to be here.
Yes. So my